We're having a look at transition play and why it's important and how we might go about coaching it. So let's have a look at researchers saying that we know that from the study from Jim Mackay, who coached Queensland Reds to the 2011 title, that through the study they realised that 56% of the time teams will get the ball from unstructured possessions such as turnovers, kicks, set piece, turnovers, mistakes. So a high percentage of time getting the ball from unstructured, where we have to transition from attack to defence and vice versa. So how that kind of looks in the Super and International Rugby is you see a massive percentage of time the ball transitions from attack to defence. So over 50% of the time you get the ball from transitional play, as opposed to set piece. Now that's in kids rugby, it's even greater. So there's 75% of the time you get the ball from unstructured positions such as turnovers, opposition mistakes, intercepts, kicks, not many kicks, but some kicks, and a lot of kickoffs, which are reasonably unstructured as well. So the ball could end up anywhere and we play from there. So therefore we spend a large period of time in that. It's comparing, so comparison's quite different. So a lot more unstructured play. So we need to find ways to coach transitional play, allow opportunities for players to get used to transitioning from attack to defence and vice versa. So here's some ideas that we could use to coach transition play. Number one, probably thinking about where we position ourselves as a coach. Here's this guy, he's calling all the shots, but it's probably not the right approach because we need to allow things to happen organically. Obviously having a game that allows turnovers. So this example is Jackal Touch games, quite a good one. It allows turnovers at ruck time, which happens a lot in junior rugby, a lot of turnovers at ruck. So having rules that incentivise turnovers, it'll help transitional play, but also it helps, encourages more enthusiasm from the defensive team because they try harder to get the ball back. Starting games with kicks is a good idea because there's a lot of kickoffs, so it's worth doing that. The games like kick out or starting from halfway is fine. Knock on, play on, so just allowing the game to play on. So one thing a lot of coaches do is they say play on, play on, play on. That's okay, but we want to actually be quiet because in a game you won't be able to do that in a match. And we hear a lot about play to the whistle, but this analogy here is keep the whistle in the pocket so that you allow the game to happen organically without you saying anything. When players stop looking to you for the answer to everything, just allow the games to continue. So keep the whistle in the pocket, but if you do need to use the whistle, that would be the one time they would stop, which is the same as a match. Some coaching points about realigning and getting into position early. So when we are defense, we quickly align onto attack, and we need to react, attack space and read cues. So read where there's space. We don't need to be overly prescriptive around that because we never know where the space will be. It's like it's not always going to be out wide. It's not always going to be 2 passes away. It could be close to the ruck. So just allowing players just to react and see what they do. And questioning is a good approach. So asking questions to the players to get them thinking about it. How can we get into position earlier, quicker? Where might opportunities be, etc. How can we work together to identify space? And then flipping that around for defensive questions as well. And with this whole less is more is a really good way to look at it. So actually by giving them less, it might actually be more helpful for the players. And we just let it evolve and happen organically. I mean, if it's good enough for Wayne Smith, who coached the All Blacks around counter-attack, which was as simple as just attack space, but he had a big focus on getting into position early, so working really hard to be effective. That's fine. And just considering how you work as a coaching group. So don't all have to be watching the ball. Maybe peers can work off and watch what's happening off the ball to help players. So there you go, team. Hopefully it's helpful. As always, put questions in the chat and comments and we can always try and help improve things.